Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, yo. It's been a long week. We took a week off, but I want to welcome you to the Cut and Debate podcast. We're shooting here, sponsored by. Wait. I'm gonna do that one more time. My bad.
I only
Ladies and
got
gentlemen,
one more. I only got one more salute in me, man. I
bro,
feel like you got to cut my salutes because the first two was amazing. Now it's not authentic.
come on, man. You gotta
I'm sorry.
snap.
Yeah,
Just
I
snap
got
into
you.
it.
I got fit.
Just snap into it.
All right, nothing ever happened. Let's do it.
I have that. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, bro. I want to thank you and welcome you to another episode of the Cut and Debate podcast. We're shooting here in Wynwood at the beautiful Stellar Cuts Barbershop. It's another beautiful day in Miami, Florida. Shy, I'm happy. Are you happy?
I'm ecstatic, man. Thanksgiving just rolled past. Had a good time getting some R&R with the family. Ate some good food, cooked some good food. My mac and cheese and collard greens recipe is on fire now. I'm adding some other stuff to my repertoire as well.
Wow, I never pictured you as a cook. That's awesome.
I am. I'm a chef. A master chef at that. No, I'm just kidding. But
I was gonna say, I thought you were a guru.
Nah,
Come on, make up your mind, bro.
I'm multifaceted. That's why all the women love me because I'm multifaceted.
Master of none, I think is his thing. Like
No, I'm like I told you, I'm an X-Men. I'm a Avenger, so I'm a master of multiple things.
Okay, I got you.
But
I got you.
Yeah, Thanksgiving was great. I would have invited everybody over, but you know,
I didn't get no invite, so we're gonna
truly,
talk
'cause
about
I still
that
got
later.
leftovers, and I want them all for me because my food
We're gonna have to talk about that later because I'm starving, bro. No, I had a good Thanksgiving also. I didn't really feel well the day before. I went to eat at this place called Sushi Saki, and their food did something terrible to me.
Oh man.
So yeah.
Now podcast world knows not to go there.
Yeah, sorry.
We just lost a sponsor.
Yeah, sorry, Sushi Saki, but yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
No, but it's all right, man. You know.
Well, we were out last week. A couple reasons. One is because the holiday was coming up. There wasn't that many games. Two, because I'm getting old. That's one of the real reasons why we didn't film last week. I had I pulled a muscle in my back. And when you start having these conversations, this is when you know you have reached that threshold of I am no longer a youth.
Yes.
I am an official adult, and
Grandpa.
I'm on my way to being in the midlife crisis realm.
Yes, Grandpa.
I I don't even know what I did. That's the crazy thing. Like I didn't even do nothing major. It's just you've probably had this like where you are just doing something when you're older and then it just happens. Like it just happens at a freak accident.
Yeah, I actually got problems with my back. So yeah. I totally know what you're talking about.
But you literally can't do anything. If you don't have your back, you can't do anything. I was trying to
That's a
roll
fact.
over. Like it took me 5 minutes to roll over at nighttime. You can't sleep. You can't do nothing. Like, you can't sit down and eat. Like I look terrible. Like if somebody wanted to rob me, I was just robbed. Like I wouldn't be able to defend myself. I felt so like helpless. Like it was nuts, man. And I was like, yo, I can't make it down here.
You ever thought about maybe asking your girl for a massage on your back? Like, hey, baby, could
Yeah, I
you...
would, but I ain't gonna get it. Like she,
Damn, homie.
Nah,
You know she gonna watch this, right?
Yeah, that's fine. She knows. Hey,
Come
you know.
on, dog. You gonna hook your man up?
You know what I'm saying? Hook me up.
That
Everybody
page ain't
yo,
gonna get a little rub down like
podcast
no.
world knows now I ain't getting no massage when my back was messed up.
Damn,
Tighten up.
wifey.
Tighten
Come on,
up.
wifey.
Nah, but one thing it did let me know is that, Father Time is undefeated. And I've been saying this about the Lakers. I've been saying this about everybody, but Father Time is undefeated. Literally, there's things that I will do now and it will set off a reaction where my body will just go down. Like I sneezed one time a few weeks ago and my whole side had a cramp, and now I'm like scared to sneeze fast because that's like if I can't prepare myself to sneeze, I'm like, oh, I gotta get to a room where nobody can see me just in case I go down. Like I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't. Now I'm scared to do regular stuff that I did when I was young. So that's how I know
it's not regular stuff anymore because you old now.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's no longer considered regular. It's extracurricular activities.
All of us, and everybody always looks at you crazy when you start hitting that. They're like, when you hit that age where you start, getting to a point where things hurt and creak and snap and pop.
What do you mean you're in pain?
You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're getting old. And they looking at you and judging you. that you're getting old, right? But wait till you get there. Wait till
Yeah.
you hit that
Yeah.
34,
Yeah.
that 35-year-old age, and your first elbow crack, and you like, what is that? Like you in the shower just washing your body, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden your whole arm goes dead, and you like, oh, what? And you got to drop the soap, and then you might slip and fall in the soap. Like that's old people stuff. Those are
Eventually, they're gonna feel it, bro.
old people
little by little.
problems.
Like,
It's
straight up.
crazy.
Straight
34
up.
years old. Everybody get ready.
And damn, you only 34? I got a whole decade on
No,
you, bro.
I'm 37.
oh, okay,
But I'm
bet.
saying once you hit
34.
34,
It's all downhill from
that's
there.
when you start experiencing the old people shit.
Yo, true story. Like it hit me at 38, like late in the 30s. So I got lucky in that aspect. Like it literally hit me late in the 30s, but it's been all downhill. ever since
38,
then.
that's good.
Yeah.
You're ahead of the game. Yo, you outlasted the game.
It's that I stayed athletic as long as I possibly could. I was always trying to hoop or do something, ride my skate. I was always doing
But
something.
I'm the same way. So I think that's another reason why I don't stretch as good as I should, and I never have. So that's
you know
probably
what?
the reason why.
You got me there. I don't stretch at all, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of got me there. Fuck. That's probably why
You
my
probably,
shit
yeah,
all
that's what I'm
fucked up
saying.
now.
You got to start stretching. You got to do some yoga. I'm in the shower now. I start stretching in the shower, like when my body warms up.
I had a very, very fucked up joke about that, but we're gonna leave it alone.
What was the joke?
What are
Okay.
you stretching in the shower?
My hamstring?
Okay.
It's me by myself. I'm not in the
Anywho.
shower with. I'm not in the shower with like prisoners. I'm not in the shower with people that I gotta worry and look over my
All right,
back and see.
Maybe
who,
that was too deep a question.
I'm stretching and I'm bending, touching my toes, and I'm like, oh, you know what I'm
Alright.
saying? I'm not worried about it. If that happens.
Yeah.
I got a whole nother problem.
My shower's pretty small. I don't bend over and stretch in there.
All right. Well, there's been some pretty good stuff going on in the NBA. Pretty exciting teams, pretty surprising teams. A
Yo,
whole
is
bunch
it
of
basketball or basketball real quick? Can we talk about LeBron elbowing people in the face? Like, yo.
Hey, so everybody's
talk
kind
about
of
this?
had an opinion about this. Right?
I'm so dead.
First and foremost, that wasn't a basketball play.
Not at all.
Like if anybody has saw it, if we can run a clip.
Them up, then Giannis, and then Jason Tatum. And tonight it's their number one guy, Jeremy Grant. Uh-oh. Stewart and LeBron. Stewart is hot. And everybody's coming out now.
Now this is ridiculous. Yeah, he must have caught an elbow or something, but
Oh yeah, he's got a lot of blood streaming from the side of the eye. Look, here goes Stewart.
yeah, I think he's a little upset.
You've got coaches, you got security guys. Look at Dwayne Casey's like, just calm down. And there's Cade Cunningham also.
It was along the free throw line on the free throw, and he's still trying to get loose.
He is knocking over. I mean, he's out of the game without question.
I mean, this
It's
is
like he's running through the line. That's nuts. That's just crazy right now.
That's just crazy.
That's crazy right now.
MMA. That was
Right.
an MMA play all day.
Now, what I'm saying with that, if you look at that clip, he literally punched my man in the face.
It
If
was like a
we are
smooth
on
elbow.
any playground
Wow.
in any court in America, we fighting right there.
Yo, true story. That happened to me recently, and I wanted to fight that day.
Why didn't
Like,
you fight him?
You know what's funny? It was my homeboy's homeboy. Like, Stip, if you watching this, I almost punched your homeboy in the face that day. But no, it was. So I didn't hit him because I felt bad. He was in my car. I brought him to the park.
Nah, I still gotta fight you.
No, I brought
Or you're walking home.
No, he did. I did not take him home. Like, I'm dead ass. You can ask Sip. No, he walked home that day. But for real, it was a basketball play. He had the ball. He drove past me. I did reach. Like, I reached for the basketball, but to ward me off, he legit threw his whole elbow right into my jaw. Like, I hit the ground. After I hit the ground, I was ready to hit him. Needless to say, he ended up walking home that day.
I feel like any elbow punch to the face with your fist or anything like that, it warrants a automatic mush. Like this is what I said Isaiah Stewart should have did. It's Stewart, right?
Yes,
Isaiah?
yes.
This is what I said he should have did. Now, he got up after he realized he got hit. Didn't see the blood yet. He got up, was body to body with LeBron. At that point, any real man is well within their rights after you punch me to
put
give
the
you
mush
2
in.
fingers
Right.
to your forehead, straight up 2 fingers to your forehead, or the whole palm mush.
Mush.
Whole palm mush to the face.
call
Now,
that the bitch mush, ladies and
that
gentlemen. That's
lets
the
you
bitch
know-
mush.
That lets you know two things. It lets you know I'm not the one to mess with doing. Hey, that was fucked up.
Right, you picked
know
the
I'm
wrong
not
one.
the dude to do that with. And then
Right,
two,
you picked the wrong one,
that's
son.
not a basketball play. So you can make a decision from there. Either we gonna square up, or you know, hey, look, in the future I'm not gonna do that.
You can cast me outside.
Exactly. So now when he started saw his stuff leaking, now he's justified for what he did.
Right.
He was probably
Right.
going to still get ejected. He was probably going to still get suspended, but it would have been one game. Everybody would have broke it up and everything like that.
Right.
I think the reason why he got the 2 games is because of all the theatrics.
Yeah, and he went a little overboard trying to
nuts.
fight through the whole NBA, trying to get at LeBron. It was kind of weird.
Like, come on, you can't do that. It's the NBA. They
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
do. They're not. You know, they didn't.
Yeah,
they
that was
were used to be
demonstrative.
like that, but they're like the NFL now. They don't do scandals. They don't do bad. Bad.
Yeah, bro, this is
brand
not the
on the
80s.
brand, anything like that. So
This is not the Detroit Pistons. You're not the bad boys.
if LeBron, now let me ask you this.
Ask me.
Because LeBron is 6'8", 6'9", 260, 270.
Mhm.
You're on the basketball court playing out here in pickup. 6'8", 6'9", 270 dude
That's a big guy.
punches you in the face.
Oh, shit.
What's your next move? Being
Um,
you and your body right now.
Okay, see,
what is your next move?
here's my thing. I have a strap in my car at all times.
Mhm.
So,
You gonna
yeah.
Superman?
What's up now, you pretty punk chick? Yeah.
I might intimidate him a little bit. I don't know. So
You're just
I
gonna
might-
walk to the car. You're
Bruh.
gonna make the walk to the car like I'm about to
gonna be
shoot
like,
that.
I'm gonna be like, hey man, I'm gonna go to the car. When I come back, y'all better not be
Yeah,
here.
you gonna hit him with the white man can't jump.
For real.
Nah, fuck this. Both you motherfuckers are crazy. I'm going to my car, get my other gun, shoot everybody's ass.
I'm shooting
I'm
everybody.
going to the car right now. I'm
shooting
giving y'all a
everybody.
fair warning.
All right. Play a little game, baby. Right here. I said, do we have a problem? Huh? Oh, USSR. Now you better get your stank asses up out of here before I cause a nuclear holocaust up in here, fool.
Nah, but come on, like, bruh. The same guy who elbowed me in the face, he was bigger than I was. You know what I'm saying? So that probably resulted why I didn't punch him in the face, because it would have been a pretty good fight, and I might have lost that fight. So it would have been insult and injury. So with that being said, I guess you got to weigh your options at that point. But still, that's not a basketball play. So knowing me, I'm a hothead. I might have tried to steal on him real quick and then run or something. I don't know.
Now,
I don't know.
on the playground, we fighting. Like,
Right,
so the
right.
thing is, I have confidence in my hands. I've having a lot of fights in my lifetime, and I've won majority. I've won most. I haven't lost really any fights. They got
so
split up
have
or
I,
something.
but I know my weight. Like, and I know my
It
weight
says
class.
I'm 6'6", 225.
I ain't fighting LeBron.
So I'm good. I feel like I match up pretty well with certain people.
I'm 5'11",
Unless you like
170.
Shaq or some or Jokic. But
Yeah.
if it's an NBA, that's something different. In the NBA, I cannot fight you. I can't punch you in the face. I can't do
Right,
it because
there are
that's
laws.
a bigger thing. It's on television, all that other stuff. There's fans. But I can mush you. I feel like a good mush is not crossing the line. It's right at the line. But it's not crossing over the line of violence.
I feel you, but I feel like if you mushed the guy, you still didn't win because he got an elbow off on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get what you're saying. You mush him like as kind of like get back. But you feel me? You feel me? Like,
But I'm saying like an elbow, a no look elbow is different than you like. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Looking at
right.
me in my eye,
And then
and you know this
yeah.
elbow's coming. Like, and you a no look elbow me, I can mush you, and I still got respect because they know. Oh, he
I
didn't
feel
want to
you.
mess up his
No, I
money. He
feel
didn't
you.
want, you know what I'm saying? Like in the league,
No, I feel you on that. I feel
you
you
know
on
what I'm saying? Like I feel like that's the line that you can't cross, but you can get to that line without losing like 5 to 10 games and all of those.
Well, Isaiah Stewart, I think you should have channeled your inner Isaiah Thomas and beat the crap out that nigga. I think you should have hit him in the face.
Hey, you probably should
Bad
have.
boy
You
status.
probably should have slammed body slam. You should have Shaq
One
and
time.
LeBron
You a
Barkley.
big dude. You could have picked LeBron up and then put him right on the shit.
You should at
One-
least Shaq swung on him.
Like
So you
something.
went over his head and then
Yeah,
like
like,
tackled him
it
to the ground or
actually
something.
missed.
Like you should have. I think
I
that
don't
should have happened.
It
Moving.
was good for basketball though.
It was very funny, very
Yeah.
entertaining. Moving
Yes.
on. Other surprises for the NBA. Some of the teams that were not doing so well in the beginning of the season have finally started to
Balling.
figure it out. Phoenix being one of them. 15-game win streak. I believe that's your team, and I think
Yeah,
was that my team as well?
I called him to be one of the top 2 in the
You
conference.
did. I
So,
didn't call that.
No, it's okay though. you
I
know?
said Denver and Golden State, but they're balling. Like everybody on their team is hooping. Devin Booker's stepping up. Mikal Bridges is stepping up. Chris
I like
Paul. Everybody that's on their team they're doing really well. They're playing really well together, and they are beating the crap out of people.
No, they look good.
They're beating the dog shit out of people. Like it's not even fair.
Yeah, I gotta admit, I'm still very, very impressed with what Golden State is doing. Like, and then
Oh yeah.
coming into the season, I doubted them. I was like, when they get their studs back, this is what I said. When they get their studs back, they're gonna be a problem. They were a problem without Clay.
Clay's back. He's practicing.
He's practicing. He's not playing. You won't give me a heart attack right there. Like,
No. He's on his way.
Clay's back.
So that's what I'm saying. He's on his
Yeah,
way.
he's doing
to
five.
fucking up
Yeah,
the
he's
NBA.
doing 5 against 5 drills, and then I've seen him shooting, and that jump shot is still there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
So
that's not going anywhere.
Yeah,
Jump
no,
shot's the last thing to go anyway.
yeah, Golden State is going to be pretty impressive. Phoenix is doing what I thought Phoenix was going to do. They started off really, really slow, but them boys woke up and they came around. I think the Aiden being missing from the lineup probably played a small deal in the fact that they weren't really there yet. But him being back and then they're playing inspired basketball.
Give me your top surprises in the East and the West right now.
Okay, top surprises in the West. I think my top surprises in the West would probably be the LA Clippers. And let me explain why. They're in 6th place, and I really thought they were going to do real bad being without Kawhi. I didn't see them in the top 10. Like, I didn't pick them to make the playoffs. So the fact that they're making a push right now, I'm going to give the Clippers credit for doing what they're doing. Everybody else in the Western Conference is exactly where I thought they were going to be. Now, if we're going to talk about my surprise teams in the East, the Milwaukee Bucks. I call them boys to be in 1st place, and they in 6th.
Yeah.
Them boys are struggling right now. Don't get me wrong. They're still winning basketball games, but not at the clip that I thought they were going to be winning basketball games. They're missing Middleton. Well, they were missing Middleton. I think he's back now.
Yeah. But he's still getting into it.
Right.
Missing preseason and all that stuff means a lot. Like, that means you're behind the 8 ball at least 10 games from everybody
Right, you're not in basketball shape yet.
Yeah.
So I get that. I totally get that.
So I will say this. Before I move on to my surprises, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I was the person that said the LA Clippers were going to have a good season this year.
You did.
And it's going to get even better when Kawhi gets back.
Okay, wait. Slow your roll. They're in 6th place. They're having a decent year.
They're in 5th place. I'm sorry.
Who are we talking about? The LA Clippers?
Clippers. They're in 5th.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry. You are correct.
No worries.
All right.
No worries.
You are correct.
Guru.
They're in 5th place. He's looking at a stat sheet, ladies and gentlemen.
So you.
Fucking guru.
You got that shit right.
Fucking guru. All right, but I was looking at the Eastern Conference. Anyway,
Okay, no worries.
like I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, or should I say corrected? Yeah, this man literally just checked me on air. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, the Clippers are in 5th place. They're actually doing a little bit better than I thought they were. They're 10-8 right now, which is not bad at all.
And the thing is, Paul George is getting the much needed confidence that I said he was going to need. He needed to be the man right now. So that way, when Kawhi comes back, get confidence, Reggie Jackson, him, and others. That way, when Kawhi gets back, they're a complete team. They have confidence.
Here's my issue. Like, Paul George has a habit of doing this, though. When Kawhi comes back, are you still going to be the same Paul George, or are you going to take a step backwards so that Kawhi can do what Kawhi wants? You know what I'm saying?
Well, and we would hope it's not. Like, we would hope that he has his confidence back now. Because before, when Kawhi starts, he's deferring to Kawhi because Kawhi is one of the top 3 players in the NBA when he's healthy, when he's playing. So you have to kind of defer. Now that he's stepped back into that Paul George of the Indiana Pacers role, now you see he's like, okay, I'm back. And I think that's a tandem play versus it being a defer type player.
All right, I would rather him play tandem. I would rather see that 1-2 punch as opposed to, okay, Kawhi, do your thing, and then I'll help you out however I can. You know what I'm saying? So let's see how that goes.
So my 2 surprises and shockers so far this season, the Washington Wizards, they are 4 in the East.
Yeah, I was surprised by that too.
They're playing really well. Bradley Beal deserves it for staying loyal, staying there. Didn't have a big 3 or any other moves. They didn't make any moves during the offseason.
You should have came to Miami, Bradley.
Nah, I don't think so.
Yes, he should have.
Okay. I mean, it's his team. He's doing well. That's probably my biggest surprise out of the East. Even though my little surprise is Atlanta, I felt like they should be a lot further along than where they are.
Yeah, they're struggling right now, bro.
Yeah, I mean, they should be a little bit further than where they are.
Yeah, they're struggling right now.
But out of the West, I think the biggest surprise is probably Dallas. Nobody saw Dallas and Luka and Porzingis and all these guys being in the top 5 in the West right now. Just
Not
with
in the
so
top
many
5,
teams.
you're right.
Yeah, with all the teams that they have with so much talent, the Utahs, the Phoenix, the Denvers, the whoever, nobody saw, even with the Lakers, then nobody saw them being in it. And I think that's a testament to, coaching, and that's a testament to how their MVP winner, Jokic. Like, Jokic changes the whole dynamic of the game.
That's facts, though. That's facts. I'll give you that. Jokic is a great basketball player, and to be so big and be able to do so much, guy, that's really, really impressive. I want to talk about something else.
What happened?
Ja Morant's injured.
Oh, yeah.
And it's apparently a pretty bad injury.
Oh, they did the MRI?
Yeah. I think they did the MRI yesterday, didn't they? And they said something about his knee.
Yeah, it was his knee. But I didn't know if anything came back conclusive. We'll check in. And make sure.
We're
But
definitely going to update you guys
if he
on
does,
that.
Memphis is done.
Yeah, because they're in 7th place right now. They need Ja Morant.
Ja Morant's out there in 16. 16
Jesus
places.
Christ.
17. 16,
Yeah, well,
19.
I wish you a speedy recovery. I mean, I really love watching you play basketball. So the last thing I wanted to see right now is you go down to an injury. So with that being said, do what you got to do to get yourself back together. If I had a surprise team in the West, that was going to be one of them. So Ja, please come back. We need you.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he gets back. Injuries is part of the game. He's a young guy. NBA has the best doctors in the world. He'll get back, be more athletic than ever, stronger than ever, put some weight on and stuff like that. But hopefully he gets back soon. But nobody really saw Memphis doing too much.
Not in the playoffs, but I did see them making the playoffs.
Yeah. With Ja.
With
for
Ja.
sure. With him
With
out,
Ja.
nothing.
Yeah.
Moving on, Shop Talk.
Let's get it.
Topic of the week. Mike brought up a good one. And I think everybody in America is kind of talking about this or has talked about this in some way, shape, or form recently. And it's the Rittenhouse court case.
Yes.
The young man, if everybody hasn't heard about it, the young man that was in Wisconsin at a rally of some sorts and apparently got attacked by a few people, and then he ended up killing those people in self-defense. He was acquitted on all charges. He's 17 years old, young man. I think everybody saw him with Donald Trump, and everybody was pubbing him up and everything like that. What are your thoughts on? What are your thoughts on the Rittenhouse case?
Okay, so look, I'm trying not to speak from a place of anger, because I understand how he got off or why he got off, and I do understand self-defense. I do understand the law, but there are just certain things that I feel like he has to be held accountable for. A, you don't live in that state. What were you doing there?
True.
You drove across state lines with a firearm to do what? To go to a rally?
Start some shit.
Yeah, you went there to start some shit. You went there and you got exactly what you were looking for when those people started beef with you. You were,
Well, I mean, I look at it this way. He beat the law. Now, if I'm just looking at from my opinion, from anybody else who's just a person, and you're just looking at the opinion, he went to try to start something, accomplished what he tried to do, and even took some people's lives. Hands down, if you're just looking from public opinion, yes, he was wrong, should be locked up in some way, shape, or form, and should do some type of time. In the law, though, the reason why he got off, the reason why the gun charge got thrown out was because in the state of Wisconsin, if you're under the age of 17 and you don't have a short nosed gun, that you can't be charged for that crime. So that's why that got thrown out. It was also proven that these guys did attack him first, and he was well within his rights to be able to defend himself. So by the law,
because he was running.
He beat the law. But in the case of public opinion, if we put the same scenario on a person of color or of a minority,
they're dead already.
In that same situation, after I just murked two people, the cops are not pulling up saying, drop your weapon. The cops are pulling up and I'm
shooting.
Done.
They shooting.
I don't even have a case that I'm going
to.
I'm not even on trial. So that's where I think it differs for. That's why I say this is America being America at this point, because when it comes to minorities, there's a clear difference between people who get certain opportunities and people who don't. If that's me in my car and I pull my gun out and I defend myself and I say, hey, this was self-defense, I'm not gonna have that chance to be able to go to court and all that. I'm dead. I'm done. They putting lead in me, and then it's on CNN that another black man has died, but they're going to be able to drive their own narrative. He had a gun in public place. He drove across state lines, all that other stuff. So the narrative changes based on maybe the color of your skin or the ethnicity of who you are. So I think that's where the difference lies. And I think that's why it's such a popular topic amongst everybody in America.
Okay, so if I remember this correctly, besides Philando Castile, most of the black men that were killed in the past few years by police officers were unarmed.
Mm-hmm.
So my issue is this. How does a man with an AR-15 walk past police officers in a hostile environment?
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, How do you walk past police officers with the firearm and the police officers tell you to go home? Instead of detaining you and asking you, what are you, a white man, doing at a black man rally with a firearm?
Yeah.
That you don't even live in the state. What are you doing? Like, there's so many questions I have to ask. Okay, look. Here's what I'm going to say. All right? Like, let's just draw a different scenario real quick. Let's say I decide, I don't know, I'm going to go to the bank today. Right? And then when I walk into that bank today, some other guy decides he's going to rob that bank. Not me. Some random dude decides he wants to rob the bank that I'm just currently in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, me as a bystander, if I'm a black guy and I pull out my firearm and I decide to do something about this guy, there's a good chance I'm still going to get in trouble because I'm black and I just pull out a firearm in a bank.
Well, not if your firearm's registered.
Well, yeah, but still, look past that. Let's say that we're in an open carry state.
Yeah.
I don't have to register my firearm. I still brandish my firearm in a bank to subdue a criminal. I'm still going to get in trouble because I have my firearm brandished inside that bank. Do you see what I'm saying?
But I mean, wouldn't anybody though? Like, I don't. No, this is law. Now, I said the guy beat the law. If
Right.
the law is you cannot take a firearm inside of this establishment, you can't have that firearm in the establishment. So you're in the wrong going into the bank, and I think
Okay,
that's where
the law also says you can't shoot people.
Well, I mean, if
called
it's
murder.
self-defense, you can shoot people in self-defense.
Wait. Once again, you could shoot people in self-defense. Are you defending yourself if you're putting yourself in a hostile environment? Like, that's like saying, okay, I go to your house to fight you, and then you shoot me, but then you get in trouble for shooting me when I'm at your house to fight you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Nah, I get that. That's
Like-
that's what I'm saying in the Rittenhouse case. That's why I feel like that's a little bit, and I don't like to use this term because I don't want to put anybody, but white privilege does play a slight
That's
part.
a real thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's a real
I
thing.
I don't, just for the sake of what podcast, I mean, if we're not filming camera, I'm saying white privilege all that. But just because of the sake of white privilege, I feel like that's where that term comes from. Because of the color of his skin, because of the influence his parents or somebody else might have in this world or in this country, he doesn't get looked at the same way because of the color of his skin. And that's where that white privilege thing comes in. So yes, he went there with, we feel, his
The
intent,
intent.
to start some stuff.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the law, off of his story, is saying that he didn't. Like, he was just he could have been there just observing like anybody else. That's what he's saying. But
A
nobody goes to
17-year-old kid with a firearm.
nobody goes to observe anything.
Why didn't you
I
have
go to the-
binoculars
I go
instead
to
of a
the
gun
aquarium.
if you were there to observe?
I go to the park up the street and I don't bring my freaking
Usually,
rifle. Like,
if I go to an event like that, I have a camera with me. That's what I'm shooting, is my
Yeah,
camera. I'm
exactly.
not going there armed.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's where it differs. And I mean, you're right about that. I will say your point where him putting himself in that situation, but you also, like, your bank scenario is different from that scenario.
No, you're
just,
right. You're right.
Just off the simple fact
The
is,
bank analogy was a bad scenario.
yeah,
You're
because it's like you can't go into a place knowing that you are not supposed to have your firearm in that place. That's where
You're
you're in the
right.
wrong, and
You're
that's why
right.
you'll get in trouble. You just have to know, and I think that's important for anybody. Whether you get pulled over for a speeding ticket, whether you get caught with anything, you should know the law. And the reason why knowing the law is important because you'll get off with so much more if cops can respect the fact that you
know what you're talking about.
what you're talking about versus
Facts.
what they can make you seem like you. What if you don't know? They'll make it seem like, hey, you're in the wrong already because you just don't know the law. But if I know the law, you guys got to start reading up. Not even you guys, everybody. I feel like all of us need to be able to read and know and study the law just so you know what your rights are as an American, because you are an American citizen. So always know that. But that'll get us out of a whole bunch of situations. I feel like that takes us. The reason why are so many people like us get locked up, and so many of our black people and people in the black community don't have a chance to get free, or they'll do 16 years in jail for something they didn't
We don't know the law.
because they don't know the law. They don't have anybody that can represent them to be able to put them in positions to win.
Facts. Instead, they're being
You know what I mean?
railroaded by Johnny prosecutor. So
and
whatever.
that's what this kid Rittenhouse had. He had all the access to the people he needed to be able to get off, and that's why he got off.
Yeah, he had Donald Trump in his corner.
Facts. Sheesh. How about that though?
That
How
was
about you
crazy.
get off laughing in the car, and then
you're
you get a
invited
call
to
from the you know what I'm saying?
Like, what? Wait, what?
You're
Not the
invited
White
to go
House.
see the ex-president. Like, yo,
Bruh,
if that ain't
bruh,
a sign of some
bruh,
wild stuff and
bruh,
some wild times,
bruh.
I don't know what is. I have no clue what is. But wrapping up, I mean, just to wrap up, I think that was a big thing inside the barbershop this week, just because everybody has different opinions about it. I think everybody was on the same page as far as why they knew the kid was there. And they knew, it was a fucked up situation and something should have happened,
Facts.
Just moving forward, everybody, especially minorities. Be careful. Just don't put yourself in situations, even when you're in rallies or whatever. Rally peacefully. You know what I mean? Be the person that can
Facts.
walk away. Be the person that can be smart. You know
Do
what I'm
yourself to keep yourself out of harm's way, and then you can't be blamed for being in harm's
Facts.
way. You know what I'm saying?
Even if you see a guy with a rifle and all that, that doesn't mean you charge that man. Use your rights like everybody else. Dial 911. Call the police. Call the
Big
authorities.
facts.
I live in the
But the
suburbs
police
now.
didn't even do shit in that. I mean,
I understand, but that was
I
after
agree
he
with
killed
you.
somebody.
Right.
I'm saying like
I
before that
agree.
even happened,
Right.
to get to the point before he killed. I live in the suburbs. I call police all the time. You can judge me. I don't care. I call police for everything. There's a guy walking around in my neighborhood. I don't recognize him. I live in a gated community. I need somebody to come check this dude because I don't know why he's walking around right now looking the way he's looking. So I call cops on for everything.
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Y'all could never cooperate with the government and come back. Y'all could never do that. I'm a living legend at the age of 24 years old.
Yeah, I don't care. You can call me whatever you want. I live in the suburbs. I do not want that filth in my neighborhood. I moved out there for a reason. I don't want that
He
crap
called
in my
them filth.
I don't want
He
that
said, I don't want that filth
But
in my neighborhood.
mine's not color based.
Jesus Christ.
Mine is not based on race.
Yo.
Mine is based on the perception that if you doesn't look like you've taken a bath in some time, you don't look like you have
I'm
good
dead.
hygiene,
He just
your
sounded like
clothes
Johnny
don't match, you don't belong in this neighborhood.
Get
If your
that filth
clothes
out
don't
my
match,
neighborhood.
you could be the whitest dude ever and your clothes don't match. I'm calling the cops on you, straight
dead.
up,
I'm
calling
dead.
911. And I'll tell them I did it too. I'll stand out. I'm the dude standing outside with a mug of coffee like, that's him right there. And I'm drinking. I'm going back in the house.
In his robe with his newspaper under his arm. I love it. I fucking love this shit.
Yeah, I have to. Moving on. Let's go to the big finish. Big finish picks of the week.
Wait a minute. Before we go to the big finish, we need to talk about what happened the week prior.
Oh, so before we go into the big finish and
I'm
pick
going to
of
let
the-
him say it. Go ahead.
Mike did a great job on his picks. This is my fake podcast voice. Mike did a great job on his picks. He went
I'll
8
take the
for 8.
fakeness. It was real.
He went 8 for 8. Picked every single right game 2 weeks ago. Nobody lives in the past, but he does. But he did a great job of picking. I will give him props. That's tough. And Mike has been doing a great job since the inception of this show. So keep it up. Applause to him. If we have an applause button, please applause to Mike.
Right now, you hear a whole bunch of people clapping in the background.
Absolutely. But anyway, going into the picks of the week, let's run it down. Moving forward, 11:30, November 30th, first game of the night, New York versus Brooklyn. I got Brooklyn taking New York. New York is on a downslide. Brooklyn's playing well. Mike, who you got?
Same exact thing, bro. Like, Brooklyn's playing amazing basketball right now, and the Knicks just can't get it together for some reason. So I did pick Brooklyn to win that game. I'm pretty sure they're going to take it pretty easily, too. Game after that one, same night, Tuesday, 11:30, is going to be Golden State at Phoenix. I got Golden State winning. Who do you got?
I got Phoenix just because they're at home, and I think it's the tale of the two streaks. I don't think Phoenix is going to give up their streak that easy. I think they match up head for head, player for player. It's going to be a great game, but I got Phoenix just because they're going to be at home and have that Phoenix crowd who has nothing to do on a Saturday on a Tuesday night in Phoenix because it's whack. Wednesday, 12-1, Philadelphia at Boston. Philadelphia is playing like crap. I got Boston at home just because they're at home. Who you got?
All right, that's going to be a tough one for me, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I picked Philly, and I'm going to tell you why I picked Philly. Embiid is a game-tied decision. He might actually be back that game. So if he does come back, I'm expecting Embiid and Maxey to play really good basketball. Boston is struggling right now. Struggling.
They are. They're right behind Philly. They're
Literally.
right behind Philly at 10.
They're struggling right now. And then I think Tatum is having a great season, and it's still not enough. So with that being said, I'm gonna stick to my gun on this one and take Philly to win this game.
Boston is one player away from actually being back. Sacramento versus LA Clippers that same night. I don't know even why this is a pick of the week game, but I'm going with my LA Clipper boys.
Too easy.
Keep it up.
Too easy. I'm on the bandwagon. I jumped on the Clippers bandwagon a little while ago. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and expect them to win this game. Also, Paul George, please don't let me down. You've done it before.
Thursday, December 2nd, Chicago at New York. Another good game. I think New York's been on the downslide. Chicago's playing well. I want to go with Chicago. I'm going to go with Chicago.
Oh, I was gonna say, please don't let me win that one easily.
I'm going with Chicago.
Yeah, fucking no-brainer. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. I'm sorry. New York's just playing bad basketball right now. Chicago, like I said, they don't have the best record, but when you watch them play basketball, especially on the defensive end, they're a freaking problem for everybody who sees them.
Fun team to watch.
Literally.
Very
So I'm going
fun
to pick
team to
Chicago to win that basketball game. Game after that one, later on that night on Thursday, is San Antonio, the Spurs versus the Portland Trailblazers. I got Portland winning that game. I just like the way Portland looks right now. Even though DeAndre Murray is still playing great basketball, I just like the way Portland looks right now. I'm picking Portland to win that game.
Yeah. It's at home. It's at Portland. I think that's the only reason why they win. Even though San Antonio is starting to figure, I saw them play the other night. They got a good win the other night, and I think that could be some momentum going into this week. But I like Portland. I'm going with Portland.
All right, that's not a bad pick at all.
Friday, December 3rd, Philadelphia at Atlanta. I got Atlanta. I think they're at home. I think they're gonna get some revenge from the first meet, and I think that Trae Young is continuing his rampage against the league. I think he's the youngest player in NBA history to average or have 35 in 10 games, 35 points, 10 assists. He's the youngest player with the most of those games.
Wow.
And I think he continues that.
That's a great stat line.
It was.
Yeah.
Guru pick of the week.
Okie dokie, Mr. Guru. Yeah, like I was saying before I was so rudely, whatever that was. Philly at Atlanta. I actually picked Philly to win that game. Mind you, Embiid's supposed to be coming back on Wednesday. So if Embiid's back on Wednesday, I see him playing basketball on Friday. And if he plays basketball on Friday, Atlanta's going to be in trouble because they don't have a big man to answer Embiid. I like Collins a lot, but he's nowhere near as good as Embiid is, especially when it comes to playing in the paint. So I'm going to pick Philly to win that basketball game. Let's see what happens. Game after that one on Friday, we have the LA Clippers versus the LA Lakers. It's the Battle of LA. Big City of Dreams. Guess who I picked to win that game? Not the Clippers.
You got the Lakers?
Yeah, I got the Lakers to win that game. Let's go. I know you got the Clippers. That's why
I'm going with my guys, man. I'm going with my guys, the Clippers.
Faith in my boys.
I told you the Clippers is on an upswing, 5th in the West. I like how they're playing. I like what they're going to continue to keep doing. So I got the LA Clippers over Lakers. We're back again, like we said. If you find the content entertaining, please, guys,
you find it entertaining.
Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, follow us on Instagram. Instagram tag
Michelangelo_photography. Or the Cut and Debate podcast. You can follow that one.
Debate podcast. Man, nobody talking about your. Oh, actually, yes. You got to plug yours too. My bad. Shamo22.
I can't get no love.
No. You can. You can plug it.
I can't get no love.
We also want to say thank you to our producer Angel. He's doing an amazing job. He's
AJ holding
the
it
show.
down.
He's doing a great job for all of us, keeping us knuckleheads in check whenever we need to be in check.
You
Keep
know,
up the good work. We'll be back here again next week when we'll be able to talk a little bit more about basketball and some other stuff that the shop is talking about. Once everybody gets back, as you can see, people are still on vacation. They're coming back from vacation next week, and we'll have some more people on the show. Mike, give us the address for Stellar Cuts.
2214 Northeast. Oh, did I just do that?
You work here.
Yeah, I do. 2214 North Miami Avenue. Why do I always end up saying the address 5 times before we leave here?
Because you mess it up. You don't want
every single time.
Jay. That's a sign. He don't know. He giving people the wrong address. That's the place he's going. He keep giving you the address
giving them the
address
to my house. I'm giving them my address.
Yo,
they're gonna end up popping up in my crib, bro.
Yo, you're gonna have some type of stalker, and you're gonna have to worry about being in the shower stretching.
Hey.